Meeting is being recorded.
Welcome Laura Mazard, the lead lyricist and vocalist of Oikoumen.
That's
I
it.
said
That's
it
me.
right. Oh, thank you. I practiced. Welcome to the Citadel for Metal Fellowship, and welcome on this wonderful International Women's Day. So, what a great day to have her here. Um, Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to discuss your latest album, Resilience.
That's
Okay.
it.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to say it, with us. And it is dynamic. It is fantastic. This lady has a voice that, well, you'd really need to listen to. Um, Welcome, and I'm going to let her say hi real quick, and then we'll ask some questions.
So, hi everyone. As you said, I am the lead singer of the band called Oikoumen. So we're from France. So if we say it in French, it would be Oikoumen. But it's a Greek word, so we can say it as we want, as long as you can understand what the name is. It's perfect, right? So yes, we're about to release our second album, and I think we can I mean, people can say we're making symphonic metal or progressive symphonic metal, something in between. And so we say we're making progressive orchestral metal. So you can understand there is strange structures and lots of orchestras, but you'll judge what we're making. I mean, we don't know what we are actually.
Oh no, they are not. My wife and I were sitting last night and just watching her videos, watching the band's videos, and we both kept saying, "This is different. This is completely different than the usual blah blah blah." You know, the usual slamming you with drums, slamming you with guitar, and then you can barely hear the poor female singer. She's got a voice that, and we watched the live clips too, and she must, when she walks in that door, she must demand, I want that microphone peaked high because I want to be heard. Because even with all the crashing that's going on around her drums and guitar, you can hear her voice. She is right there. And I don't understand everything because she does sing some things in French, but the ones that she sings in English, absolutely. And she's got an operatic. I in the review that's coming, I compared her to some of the 1920s, a silent movie. If you guys are old enough to remember, and if you're not, go back and just watch some of those. There's some silent horror films with these gothic female singers, and her voice just reminds me of that, and it's so different. So yeah, if you haven't heard this band, you need to. And like I say, they don't just play straight ahead metal. She did say they're influenced by progressive rock, and I can see some of that in there. But just it's just so different. That's what attracted me to them. I listened to it, and then she sent me the album, and I was like, my God, this is just really really different. And so let's talk about the name of the band because that's very important. And it's a Greek word, oikomen, and or oikomen, and it's about the known or the inhabited world, what we do know. But there's obviously a lot that we don't know and never maybe will. And she and the band deal mostly with the known world, but I think some of these songs might tilt a little bit towards what might happen after too. But she's going to tell us about the past, how you guys started, how you found everybody, where you're located, which I think is Paris, the band of me, and I'm going to stop talking and your turn. Thanks, Laura.
Well, We took several forms, to be honest. We started the band. I don't want to say when because I don't really know when, because we started a project with Ellie first. And it was an acoustic and video project, something we never continued because then we met Yael and we met him in Paris. Ellie was doing a music school. Well, Ellie and I met at the university. We were making a history degree at the university. So we met there. Then we met Yael and we completely transformed the project. So first it was a pure symphonic metal project, but Yael isn't so fond of it. And so he added a more progressive vibe to the project. And then we mixed everything. And the first album was born. And so the first album, I think, is from 2021 or 2022. I don't really remember when we released it, but nearby those dates. And so, well, it was an album about eco anxiety because we were, starting our lives as young 20, we were around 20, 21, 20, I don't remember. And so, well, when you're discovering about the world and all the problematics all around you, you're a bit stressed. And so that's why we made this album. And then we continued with the second album, which is much more orchestral, because at the very beginning was not so easy to compose for orchestras, but our composer, which is Ellie, really improved in that. And so that's why we wanted to release that second album with much more orchestras, because our dream is to play with a real orchestra one day, maybe, I don't know, but that's the dream.
Thank you. Oh my God, that would be awesome. That really would be. And if you do, I made a request yesterday. Make sure somebody puts a pipe organ in there. Do you like pipe organs?
Well, I don't know if it would fit, but maybe.
All right. Because with your gothic voice, that pipe organ would just really stand out. And anyway, yeah. But having an orchestra would just, I don't know how much better it could get. Your music is already good, but having an orchestra behind you, look out. Everyone's going to want to go see that concert.
Yes, but
Um,
actually, we are also composing a full orchestral album we'll release
oh,
after this one, which is based on the orchestras from the next album, but which is without metal lines and without my voice. I mean, it's just choirs and the orchestra alone. So,
oh no, you gotta sing. Oh my gosh. No?
well, oh, is it? Well, no, because I really wanted to have something which is not with no lead singing, lead guitars. It's just the orchestras. It's written for an orchestra. So maybe we'll have voices inside, but the problem is that if we're not working with a real orchestra, I think we'll hear the difference between the programming and between one real voice in the middle of everything. So we'll see how it will work, but it's also a way to seduce in a way people who wants to listen music to be with them and not music you have to sit and listen to,
Mm.
like the one we're making in with metal. So we'll want to try something new, but we'll see.
But yeah, I like the fact you want to do things different. And my God, that used to be the home of progressive rock, and I do think it's moving towards metal. And yeah, keep doing it. Well, you got to tell me who are your influences then, because we started talking a little bit before we started about what we liked and what yeah, mostly what we liked. But who influenced you? I'm dying to know.
In music in general, there is many different influences, but I think there is a band we have to name, which is Nightwish, of course,
Yeah.
which is just for us one of the best symphonic metal band ever. And so they are our main influence because I think they mixed the classical orchestral thing with the metal very, very well. And so we would like to do the same kind of things, but not in the same aesthetic, because they also brought their own aesthetic. And so that's also something we want to do for ourselves, so that we don't want to imitate them, of course,
No.
but they are a great influence. And I mean, their career is amazing. And so, and Tarja was amazing also. And so she is the one who introduced me to singing. So I really respect her a lot for that. So, there is a lot of thing with them. So I think they would be our greatest influences, but personally, each members has different kind of influences. And we, for example, are also very influenced by Pink Floyd. Even if you listen to them and you listen to that to us, I think you can't see it's not
Oh
fitting,
yeah.
but it's an influence. We love how they are using, for example, video and movies to they link it to the music very well, and so they're telling a story. And so we also like that kind of approach. So, well, there's many bands we are influenced by, but those two are very, very important. And also it's the classical and romantic, more romantic orchestral music from the 19th century that is a huge influence for our composer, like Sarasate or Debussy, or, well,
Debussy.
and music from movies and from video games too. I think it might be our biggest influences in our music.
All right. And then not an influence, but a good friend of theirs is Heartlight from also from France. And you did a fantastic video. I wish that was on the album, the song. But the video is just absolutely, she sings with Naomi. And the rest of the Heartlight band are sitting on a couch, and your band is playing. And it just looked like you guys had so much fun.
Yes, but well, it was a way to share our passion for video games first, and then just a way to work together, because we were making a small tour together where we actually met them. And first we met their music and we were like, oh, that's good music. Let's do something together. Then we met them and we were like, oh, it's good people. Let's be friends. So,
Well,
well, it was a super nice mini tour and super nice collaboration. So we're glad Noemi's agreed and the guys agreed to be on the music video. It was so cool.
yeah, I hope that you guys will collaborate more like that because that song should be ripping up the charts. It's just fantastic. You really did a great job, and thank you both and everyone involved. And I'm somebody that loves collaboration, and I think yeah, I had a feeling you would like that too. And there's so many great bands out there, and you're all independent artists trying to build a base and you can help each other that way. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
good to
but
hear.
we really love collaborating with other artists. It's a way to make very special things together.
Yeah.
And for example, in the next album, we'll be collaborating. I mean, we collaborated with another singer, which is Corentin Petit from Sylph, which is more not metalcore, but more in that vibe than in symphonic. So it was very great to have him singing on our songs. And for the release party, we'll be sharing the stage with another band, which is Beneath My Sins, which is more folk now. And so they will be singing on our songs and we'll be singing on one of their songs. So it's again a way to change the song, to make something new for a special event. Or, well, it's so cool to be all together and share the stage, share the songs. We love that. We love that.
And as an independent artist, do you work on music full time or you also have a full-time job? Most independent artists are trying to balance it.
Yes, me, I have a full-time job aside. I am a guide, so in Paris, I'm guiding in castles and museums and monuments in general to
Oh, wow.
explain the story.
Using
So
using that history degree, that is awesome.
yes,
I
that's it. Actually,
I had an undergraduate degree in political science, and we had to take a lot of history, a lot of geography, and
yes, that.
I love history. So yeah, one of these days we're going to get over there. I got the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if you can see it here in back of me, but But yeah, one of these days, I definitely want to get over there to France and Italy, Germany, all of it, Britain, yeah, the whole thing. But and speaking of that, it's pretty easy to get around Europe now with the EC and everything and the euro. Is it is it yet? It's not like the United States of Europe. Everyone keeps saying that's going to happen, and maybe it never will. You have the Congress and things like that, the Parliament. But is it pretty easy going wherever you need to go throughout Western Europe, what used to be called Western Europe?
Yes, it is. I mean, you just have to take a car and drive, and that's all. And of course, you check about the rules in each countries you're going to. But anyway, it's easy. Maybe the one which aren't so easy is UK and Switzerland, because there is like a not a barrier, but there is formalities you have to check
Oh.
before getting in those countries. But even that is not so hard. I mean, no, well, it's easy and you can do everything by car, so it's cool because if you have to use the plane, for example, it's not the same costs, right?
Oh no, it's everything here in the United States. You can drive. We drive all over our state, but then it's so wide and so expansive. You have to take a plane to go to New York or even to California, things like that, from Washington here. So yeah, yeah, it's nice. And you guys have the trains, which are France doesn't have a bullet train, does it yet, or do they?
What is a bullet train?
It's like the ones they have in Japan that go super fast.
Ah, yes, we have one. The our It's not as fast, I think, as in Japan, but it's called the TGV, and TGV is going pretty fast. For example, if you want to go from the north of France to the south, it's like 3 hours, so that's okay. But well, we just have that. But usually we don't use the train because it's all again too expensive. It's better using the car because you have lots of guitars and amplifier. I don't know how to say that, music stuff you have to bring with you, and if you are taking that through the train it would be too expensive, so it's always the car, or we're renting minibus or something like that.
All right, so you rolled right into the next question. That was perfect. Are you going to tour this new album when it comes out?
Yes. Yes, yes, of course. We are gonna do some shows in France, of course, in different regions of France. Then we're going to Netherlands, to Belgium, to Luxembourg, and we are trying to plan another little tour in Eastern Europe, like in
Oh.
Czech Republic, Poland, well, those countries, and Germany. But we didn't book anything yet, so we have to work on that.
Well, no, that's good. You got off to a good start there. Um, let's see. All right. So, and do you want to announce any dates yet, or still too early?
Too early for what? Sorry.
Any dates for shows, or
Ah,
the well? Do you want to announce the release date, or the are you going to have a show for that?
yes, let me see because I just don't remember exactly the dates. But on our new website, there is somewhere I can check it out. Woo! So, well, the next one is the release party. Of course, it's the 19th of April in Paris. So this is the most important for us for now. But then we'll be in Normandy the 15th of July and the 16th of July. So there is still more to come. Then we'll be back in Paris the 18th of July, then in Paris the 9th of September, and then we'll be touring Lyon the 3rd of October, and Netherlands the 22nd of October, then 23rd of October Belgium, and 24th of October Luxembourg.
So she's
That's it.
got it. You got it set up already. Good. Excellent. And you did that early because now, if you're trying to do it now, it's difficult because people have made their decisions and, on who's going to be there. Great.
Well, yes, but it's not necessarily because of people. It's more because of my job because I need to
Well, yeah.
schedule things very early. So I'm sure I can go there, and also because it's better when you know when you'll be out of France, for example, because it will be expensive, and so you have to work a lot before so you can pay the travel, and then
Mhm.
you'll earn something maybe after the show, and so you can put it in your bank account, right? The bank account of the band.
Well,
But
yeah.
you need to, schedule what things are gonna cost because you always have to put it. I don't know if we can say put it forward, but put the money and then you hope you can take it back, but you have to make an advance or something. I don't know if we can say that in English, but well,
No, that's exactly it. Yeah, you have to make an advance for the festival and things like to reserve your place. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah. And no one and a lot of these fans just, get over here and play. Well, it would be nice if it was that easy. You're more than willing to go. She was talking about driving, and she did a couple minutes ago, but they pack everything. And I've seen these poor independent bands. They have these vans they have to pack everything in and drive, by the way, and then, get ready and jump in front of an audience and play. So,
that's it.
yeah, give these people a hand when you see them because think of all the work they've done. And she just mentioned all the financial planning and scheduling and things like that, fans don't even see that. But you're doing a lot. And
Yeah,
it's,
thank
it's
you
for
so
the
much for
dream.
helping.
It's for the dream. And people should be recognizing you. And I'm definitely one, but I'm gonna do everything I can to get the word out.
Yeah,
Now,
but thank you so much for noticing that it's really important. And we have some people knowing that and helping us, for example, at the end
good.
of the show to pack everything in the car. So there is people aware of that. And we thank you so much for helping. But there is many who just don't know. I mean, they're not bad people, but they just don't
Yeah.
realize how much we are carrying on our shoulders. But anyway, it's a choice. So let's do it.
All right. And then when you're not working or playing music or planning the future, what kind of hobbies? What do you like to do in Paris?
Video
It
games.
being somebody that does tours, you probably know all the good places to go.
Yes, that's something people often think because I'm a guide, but actually, I just know the monuments I'm working for. There is a lot I'm still learning about, but well, I know well my city and my country, of course. But when I'm visiting new places, I think I know more than common people, but I'm still discovering things. And so we love traveling, of course, but we had to make a choice. I mean, if we're traveling with our band to play music, it already costs enough, and so we can't add new travels to it. So usually, when we're traveling to a country to make a show, then we'll take maybe one more day so we can visit the country if it's possible. So it's a way to add holidays to the show
There,
if
yeah,
we can do that, right? So it's our way to go on vacations, right? But our main hobby to each of us, I mean each members of the band, is video games. So it's something we can do from home, and we can also do that on tour, but usually we don't have time on tour. But we that's why actually we made the music video with Heartlight about video games, because that's something we just love so much. And if I wasn't into music, I would be playing all day, I think.
do you guys like hiking or do you go to let me well, do you like hiking?
Yes, oh, I
Hiking in
think
the forest or the mountains? Yeah.
yes, of course, we like it, but it's not something, for example, if I have a weekend for me, I won't go walking around. I would stay at home, play video games because I'm walking all the week for my
Yeah.
job. But we
Well,
like it.
that makes sense. Yeah, sorry.
No, no, but we like it also. And if we are traveling to a new country, for example, we'll do hiking and we'll do visits and we'll walk around, discover people, etc. But that's something we are mostly doing during tours or vacations, but not in our everyday life.
All right. Where's your, this is the last one, but where's your favorite restaurant in Paris? Because Paris is like probably one of the best places to eat in the world. And
Wow, just to say one favorite
I know,
restaurant is
yeah, yeah. Or
hard.
three, whatever.
Well, not easy to say because I never remember the names, but there's lots of, because in Paris, I'm eating food from Asia,
Oh,
from,
yeah.
well, Italy, and there's many different foods. So I can't say there is one which is better than the others, but around the Louvre there is a place called Port Royal, and here there is so many good restaurants, and well, I would say the restaurants in this area, which isn't very accurate, but
All
you
right.
know the restaurants are good.
All right. Well, let's talk about the album then. Um, it definitely starts off strong with, and I'm trying to get to the first song. All right, is Theft of Innocence
Yeah.
the beginning? And that that one and the one that no, not that one. Um, it's a tough story. It's a tough this and then your first video was very difficult. And I was surprised you came out with that as your first video because it is such a difficult story to bring to life. Um, do you want to talk about that?
Well, I know it's a difficult story, but it was a way to warn, like to say, our new album won't be about fairy tales, right? It will be
Mm.
about real life and real sadness in a way. And so it was also a way to start the story. So the very first song, which isn't really a song, it's
A lot of
movie.
sound effects. It's like a movie, yeah, or it sounds
Yes, with no image. But anyway, it was a way to settle everything. So at the beginning, you are with a mother and a child, and they're singing a song which is the leitmotif of the album. So it's a way to make people feel comfortable at first, and then suddenly they understand that something is going wrong. And so they will understand that everything is breakable. And so even your safe place can burst and disappear. So when you're a child, it's a catastrophe because you'll have to, build yourself on those broken foundations. And so it was just a way to introduce the subject. I think it was the best way. And then the next song just after is the end of the story. So it's
the
the
day we
introduction,
fled.
then yeah, the day we fled, and it's a positive ending, because there is horrible thing happening, but at the end they will escape that situation. So it's terrible, but there is always hope, and it's always the same in our songs. We can address very dark subjects, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So well, there is always
Good,
hope.
good. And then Reign of Idiocy, we're dealing with that right now with our president. but but you're talking about more than just politics. But the video, and I'm telling you, she just knocked me off my feet by telling me where that was filmed. And I thought it was like a train station or a subway, but it wasn't. It was a theater. And I want her to describe that and then talk about the song itself.
Well, it was filmed at the Cité du Cinéma. So Cité du Cinéma is a place built by Luc Besson, and so the filmmaker Luc Besson, and it's nearby a school which is Louis Lumière, which is a school where you learn how to make films and things like that. And so, thanks to the one who filmed the music video, which is Noé, we had the accreditation to, I mean, the authorizations to film our music video over there. And so that's why this place is so beautiful. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it's a very famous place.
And he's one of my favorite directors, and he's made some great movies and just a completely, like I say, knocked me off my feet with the coincidence that when she said that name, I was like, "You got to be kidding me! That is awesome." But yeah, if you haven't seen that video, watch that video, and you get some of that. And that's another thing that sort of added to that feeling of that gothic 20s. I mean, the outfit you wear, the makeup, everything, it brought me back to, like I say, those, 1920s silent films. I mean, it was just, and you didn't do that on purpose, or no, yeah.
No,
Um,
no. So that's why I'm really happy you see that in this aesthetic. It's for me the proof that everyone can appropriate our aesthetic universe,
yeah,
and so it's really nice to know that it makes you think of this aesthetic. It's great.
it's some classic movies. Yeah, definitely. All of I think all of their videos are going to be, because I've watched some of their old videos as well, and they're very cinematic. It's a visual band. And the more you listen to the lyrics, the more you listen to the sound, they're very visual. So I expect, I'll tell you what, I'll ask you right now, because we kind of talked a little bit about this. Will you be doing a video for each song?
We would like to do a video for each, but we'll have to see if it's possible because, for example, we didn't had to pay to rent the Cité du Cinéma because thanks to our super nice Noé, I mean, he was allowed to be there and paying nothing. But when we have to pay for things, it's clearly not the same. So
Right.
it depends. If we can have good deals, it will happen. If we can't, it won't be affordable. So we'll try to do it, but we're not sure we'll be able to do it.
All right. Do you want to talk about that song, and then the making of the video, or whatever you want to, about Reign of Idiocy?
Well, but Reign of Idiocy is the first single we released to announce the release of the next album, and it was made in purpose because that's where you can see our new aesthetic. You know, the black and gold aesthetic, which is inspired by the kintsugi, so the Japanese art of healing. Transforming your scars into beautiful things and admitting that you went through hard things and you're still there, and it's and a better version of yourself. So, well, it's a song precisely about school bullying. So it was a way to say that you can be destroyed as a child by your mates, or how can I say, the
Yeah.
other child, yeah, in the courtyard, and still build something which is suitable. I mean, you can still succeed even if people um,
Try to
are.
hold you down.
Yes. Thank you,
Yeah.
that's it. So well, and I really wanted that aesthetic for this subject because usually when you talk about school bullying, people are saying, "Oh, it's just kids being kids.
No.
Don't think about it." And you're like, "No, it's really violent. I mean, it's not just kids making jokes." And so it was a way to express that feeling that when you're entering a courtyard and you're bullied, it's like you're entering an arena and you have an empress, a very evil empress, in front of you, trying to destroy you, and you will have to fight against all those nasty people all around. So that's why I wanted a very grandiose song. It was a way for me to express the feelings inside a bullied child. So
All
that's
right.
why it's so big.
No, it's big. It's a big production. Now your new video, which you're going to release, I think on the 20th,
Yes, of
March 20th,
March 20. Yeah,
is Revenge, which is the next song.
yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to this video. The beginning is, getting uh, beat up. It's getting, it's, you almost feel defenseless, but now you get your revenge. So talk about that and where did you, because I've seen the clips that you've put up, but where did you film Revenge and tell us about what's coming? You don't have to tell us the whole thing, but what to expect.
We filmed this in a studio make for it. I mean, which is allowing us to use fire because we wanted fire in
Mhm.
Revenge. And well, yes, that's a song which is just after Reign of Idiocy because it's a way to say that when you're bullied or when there's difficult things happening to you, you will feel hate inside, and sometimes a very deep hate. And
Yeah,
people are saying that be careful, hate is a bad feeling. And I completely disagree with it because it really helped me growing. Actually, I was like, okay, I hate those people, and so I will show them that I'm not what they said and I will succeed in life, even if they said I'm nothing and I will succeed in nothing. So for me, hate can be transformed into something which is good, even if hatred in itself is a may be a bad feeling, but it's also a fuel
yeah.
to continue, you know. And so revenge is about that. It's a way to say, you said I will be nothing, and as you can see, I made something with my life and I'm happy with it now, and so I have my revenge. So that's all about it. Revenge is all about it.
Yeah, and that's good. Rather than, I have to go and beat you up, it's I'm gonna build myself up. I'm going to, and that'll be my revenge. It doesn't have to be violent.
Yeah.
Uh, and is it more a performance video?
Yes, but as the first music video, I mean, as Reign of Idiocy, I mean, we were unable to add more shots where there is a history. In the second music video, Self Service, we did that, but it's just illustrations. I mean, we didn't had the opportunity to really tell a story through shots, you know. But we'll try to do that if we can add a new music video to the three we already did, but it's just illustrations for now. There is no stories.
But I mean, the band will be in Revenge, it looks like. There's
Yeah, yeah,
more, the band will be playing similar to the first one.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we are all together with flames all around, fire. Woo.
Can't wait. So that's March 20th. I'm going to be posting it once she releases it on my Facebook, but please get out there and watch that. I mean, there's not a bad song on this album, but that's one of the better ones. All
Thank
right.
you.
And then a time flying ballad. Talk about that one. And it starts off with beautiful acoustic guitar. These guys, and that was the wonderful thing when she and I were talking. She's not afraid to use anything. I asked her, please put pipe organs in and things like that. And she's like, we'll look at it. They're not afraid to, delve into progressive rock, things like that. It's whatever makes the sound better, and right. And go ahead and talk a little bit about that because it's so nice to hear. Because for a while there, metal was just it had this tape that just kept you know blast them with the heavy drums, blast them with the heavy guitar, and who cares about the lyrics? Who cares about the singer? And just bang your head type of thing. Which some of that's okay, but there's people like you and many others that are getting into this with university degrees and they're like, no, I need more. And it's so good to see. But talk about how a time flying ballad is going to play out. And do you think there'll be a video for that?
Yes,
Oh,
for
wow.
this one, it is sure. I don't know when, but it's something we imagine which isn't very hard to film. So it won't be. It will be something very cozy, nothing huge, but we'll do something for it. And well, the song is very different from everything in this album actually because I really wanted a break. It's the middle of the album,
Yeah.
and if you listen carefully, you'll see that it's the same leitmotif that the one in the very first song, which was
Yeah.
the lullaby. Yeah, lullaby or lullaby. And I was begging for a ballad. I mean, our composer wasn't so disagreed at the beginning. He was like, I don't know how to compose ballads, and I was like, just try. And he did that, and I was like, it's great. You see, it's very good. So
Very good
let's
job.
yeah. And so, well, we wanted a break because it's like in life, when you're going through traumas or difficulties, it's like you're in the same tunnel and suddenly you stop and you realize that you're still alive, all right? And so you have to reschedule your life. Now you're safe, right? The traumas are behind, the bad things are behind, there is no more nasty people around you. So let's have a break, figure everything out, and then start something new. And so the ballad was here for that. It's a break. And the lyrics are saying that before it was difficult, now it's brighter, and so I can build a new future. But there is always something which is a bit bitter. I don't know how to say that, bitter, because it's like you lost a lot of time going through those hard moments. But anyway, there is still time. Let's live your life properly now.
Perfect. Everyone needs to hear it. There's never no matter how old you are, you can always make changes. Yeah, they're very
That's
good.
it. And always be happy, even if you're just starting being happy late.
Yeah,
There's no that. Let's be happy. Let's do what you want.
we all need that. Yeah, definitely. Then you and probably you wanted a little bit of space in between before self-service. And tell me, hopefully you've never gone through anything like that in your life, have you?
That's my story.
Okay. All right. Well, this is a very difficult one, but a lot of people do go through this, and it's her second video, the band's second video, and it's. Do you want to talk about it? It's a tough one. It,
Well, this one is difficult, I know, and it's always the same in our albums. There is one which is more difficult than the others because it's a way to say that we will never be silenced. Even if there is subjects which are hard to say because people don't want to talk about that. We still need to talk about that. So let's sacrifice a song which will be more difficult than the others and which some people don't won't listen to because we had some messages of people saying it's too hard for me, I can't listen to it. It was like it's okay, but we need to make it because metal is also made for it, addressing hard subjects. So let's do it. And it's a song that we put in the sixth position in the album because it was a way to say that even if you're going through bad things and trying to have a kind of a rebirth, then you'll still have traumatic reminiscence. It's never really over. You'll have flashbacks, and it will be a lifetime to heal, and sometimes you
you
can't completely heal. Yeah. So, well, it was a way to say that sometimes very bad things can go back to you, and so you'll have to handle it all your life. And sometimes, and more specifically, when it's this kind of subjects, you will be talking about that not as a child. And most
yeah.
people talk about that when they're adults and they just realize that it was not okay when they were child, right? Right. So that's why we wanted that here, and then we also wanted that a bit raw. I don't know,
Yeah.
to put the words, because usually when you start talking about that, you need the real words to say it was not kids being kids. It wasn't those kind of things. It was real and it was hard and it terrified me. So, well, it was a way to not using metaphors, so you're sure it's clear and it's something that shouldn't happen. Well,
No, no, we should have zero. Yeah. Yeah. I congratulate you for being willing to do it. Yeah, there's not enough people out there, like you say, that to talk about it and to get the word out that there is relief, but it is, for those that are doing it, stop doing it because look at what you're doing to people's lives for, they may never recover from it. And yeah.
That's it, and that's why also we wrote a requiem. So when we'll release the orchestral version of this song, I think you'll hear the requiem better, because it's when it happened, I mean, the child dies inside, is
Okay.
completely dead. So it was a way to highlight that, and also it's why it's a gothic aesthetic, because it's taking inspiration from mourning attires, and so it was a way to be sure that we are burying a child tonight, because what happened is killing him, and then he'll have to grow, but without his child's soul, he will grow as a broken adult. I don't know if we can say that this way, but well,
Yeah,
so
no, I understand what you mean.
right.
Mm, yeah. Just a really tough but solid song. It's something, like she said, they really had a need to get the word out. Yeah. All right. And then Lost Wood of Mine.
Yes, Lost Word of Mind. Well, it's this song is longer than the other one, and it's more progressive, because that's it is supposed to be a nightmare. So you're traveling in a nightmare, because after traumas you usually do lots of nightmares,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a way. I mean, we took inspiration from the Lost Woods from Zelda, which is a video game
Oh, okay.
series we love, right? And
Yeah.
in the game, there is a place which is called Lost Woods. And when you are going this way, then you will appear somewhere else. And so you're completely lost in those woods. And so that's why we call that song Lost Woods of Mind, because in your mind, when you're making a nightmare or thinking about your past, as someone who went through traumas, sometimes it's completely blurry. And so it's a mix of different things together and blah, blah. And so, well, Lost Woods of Minds is about that. There's a beast inside, which is sung by our guest, which is from Thils, Corentin Petit. And he's singing the nightmare, saying, I will destroy you, you are mine, and you will be destroyed forever. And the child is fighting against the beast inside, saying, no, I will grow anyway, I will continue my life, even if you took, you stole my child's soul. This, I lost it forever, but I didn't lose my life, so I will continue.
Excellent. Yep. It's resistance
Mhm.
and resilience, which we're coming up upon, but all right. Break the silence. And I think you're saying that there will be a music video for that one as well. Do you want to
Yes,
talk a little bit about that and the song itself?
yes, we will film a live music video during the
Oh,
release party we'll be doing. And so, because we think it's the more gathering song. We wrote parts for people to join us, and it's a way to say all together we are stronger. It's in the song, so
good.
that's why it's called Break the Silence. It's like people talk talk about what happened to someone, which is nice, of course. But it's a way to break the silence together, because I think that in our audience there might be people, lots of people, which went through hard things, and well, it's to be sure that people find an ear to speak about their problems, not our ears, of course. It's not what we're going to say, like speak to us, but speak to
Mhm.
someone, and don't be afraid. And well, you are the victim, so you shouldn't be ashamed of what happened to you, and let's talk about it.
All right. Well, again, looking forward to that. And then the album's title track and longest, 8 minutes, unbelievable. Resilience. The just what can I say? You made a masterpiece, and
Thank you.
you got to have a video for this one, I hope.
I wish we could, because, well, to be honest, it's the one we wanted to release or record, sorry, with a real orchestra. So we are asking orchestral formation, well, people playing in orchestras, if they want to join, it's not easy to have answers, and I think maybe we won't get it, but we are trying to play with a real orchestra and film that. But I don't know if it will be
We'll
possible,
see.
but that's
Yeah, be positive. Be positive. I
yeah.
hope you. I hope it happens because that would just make this even bigger than it is. It's a big song, but yeah, if you put an orchestra behind it, wow.
Let's see if we can.
Do you want to talk a little bit about it? So the point is you've been through all this and now you're going to hold on to your resilience. You're going to fight on. You're going to become an adult and you're going to be successful, right?
That's it. I mean, this song is the end of the process, so it's still the same leitmotif as in the first and in the ballad. And so it's an orchestral piece because it's a way to say that the traumas are gone, because the traumas are depicted by the metal parts in our songs. And so there is just the orchestras, which are the freed emotions. So now it's time to go forward and, well, you succeeded, you made the resilience process, and now you are someone new and you can start on a new basis, right? So it's just the end of the process.
And it's a good happy ending, which we want. But yeah, they have choirs, they have orchestras sounding, and it's so perfect for an orchestra. I really hope somebody um, gets behind you and does it. It would really bring this song,
Yeah,
like I say,
yeah, we
even higher.
We hope, but actually, we're also very happy with what Julien Prost. So Julien Prost is the man who is mixing. He's our sound engineer, so he is mixing our music, and he also did all the programming, the orchestral programming. And I think the sounds he found are quite accurate
Yeah,
or convincing, right? So we
definitely.
are very happy with it, of course, but it would be always better with a real orchestra. And we are very happy also, Ellie wrote that piece, because a full orchestral piece wasn't something easy to do for him.
Yeah,
He already did it in the first album, but he was not very happy with it. And with this one, I think he's okay because it's really
good.
very nice.
And then you did Impulse was a single that you released in 2024 on the Dystopia album, and what did you do? It sounds like some more guitar soloing. What else did you do to change the song a little bit?
Well, the it's a bonus track, so in the album, the live version of Impulse. So it's just a live version because it's a
Oh,
song which evolved a lot on stage with the people all around, and so and I think it's also one of the favorite song of our fan community. So
oh,
that's why we wanted to share the energy with them, because in this live
mhm.
song I think you can hear them, but it was not easy because we recorded it not as we should. So the people singing, the people in the crowd singing, they sound a bit weird. So everything is a bit weird. But anyway, we tried our best to make a live version of this song.
All right. And then you close it with a lullaby for nightmares. It's a 2 minute sort of, like you said, like a requiem or a closing, and it's beautiful. And this again would be fantastic with an orchestra in the background. But talk about that one. If
The last one is also a bonus track because it's the full version of the lullaby you can hear at the beginning.
beginning, okay.
You Yeah, it's just the full version with the music box we made. I mean, Yael, our bass player, did a music box. I mean, commissioned a music box. We recorded, so the one you hear in the first and last song is a real music box, and that's a way to share the sound of it. So that's why we added this sound, this bonus track, so you can hear just the full version.
All right. So you've got this coming out in April,
Yep.
and you're already preparing or maybe planning out the next album, which that I can't wait for that one either. You've got a tour set. I mean, you've done all your homework. You're really you've got things lined up. What else? What else is going on? I mean, that's enough. Are you involved in any way with has anyone invited you to sing on their album? Um, do you do solo type things or go ahead?
Yeah, yeah. I do some. So I was invited to sing for Golden Words Archives, which is a super nice project made by William Can. And for now, I don't know how to say, it's not continuing.
On hold, on hold. Yeah.
That's it. So I really enjoyed singing in this project. There was um, a bad person in this project. I mean, I was embodying a queen, which was a very bad lady, and I like bad characters, so
Yeah.
she was great. And so I also sang in a band which is Exanimus. That's the band of our sound engineer in their second album, but they still have to release it, so I cannot show anything. And I also started another project, which I can't talk about for now because we released nothing yet and nothing is announced. But yes, I'm working in other project and I just love doing so. So when there is something to do for someone, I'm here. I just love
Yeah.
collaborating with other artists.
This new project, is it going to be similar in sound or something complete? What can you tell us which kind of genre?
It will be still metal, but darker metal, more not death metal because I can't roll, but there is this vibe, death orchestral metal. So it will be that, and I would love to try another project with another music, and I am also working on a not a pop but a variety. I don't know if I can say so. Album, but there's so many things to do that I'm not
Yes.
sure I will release it one day. And on the techno or electro project. But well, I'm not sure it's going to be released any someday, so that's why I'm not talking about that.
But she's busy. She's absolutely busy, and it's good to hear. There's more music coming from her, and this band. This band is just you've assembled perfect guitarists, perfect drummers, bass players, and yeah, all you need is that orchestra. And I'm telling you, you are really they're on fire. You got to listen to this album when it comes out. Um, do you have anything else that you wanted to add that maybe I didn't cover?
I don't think so. I mean, I was glad well, we are interested in our music. You take time to talk with us, to talk about our project, to share your thoughts. And so it was great to have your opinion on that. And well, I'm happy I can talk about what we do. So,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. There's many things I should add, but now I just don't know.
All right. Well, if you don't, I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I've talked about, yeah, I mean, we've covered everything. Well, thank you very much, Laura. I'm telling you, thanks. You spent a lot of time, and I know, we already know you got a very busy schedule, so I appreciate that. Um, excuse me. Um, Oikoumen, it is resilience. It's coming. Um, I think you said April 17th.
Yes,
April
17th
17th.
the album. Mm.
Um, please look for this. Watch her videos until the album comes out, and just dynamic music. And we're so glad you're making it. All right.
Thank you.
Anything else? Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll stop the recording and you and I can talk for just a minute.
Well, thank you so much for this chat and this conversation. And thank you for promoting our music, because we need people to talk about us. Because, as you said in the introduction, there's so many bands we don't even know they exist because there's so many proposition on the internet. So thank you for highlighting our work.
Absolutely. More than happy to. All right. Hold on just a second. I'm going to go ahead and pause, but thank you very much, Laura, for everything.